It's not always about what you do, it's about when you do it. It's a lot of people that could score touchdowns, but who could score it 4th and 1, no timeouts, 5 seconds left? A lot of people can make a three-pointer. Who could do it in the 4th quarter, 2nd half, down 2, ball in your hand, 5 seconds left? Those are the people we call Michael Jordan. Those are the people we call Tom Brady. It's not about what you do, it's when is it happening. Right now it's crunch time. Right now, leaders, MGAs, top producers, grind team, this is what we set out to do. We told you long time in advance, September, October was gonna be game time. October, we have to break our all-time biggest month in the history of this agency, coming off a good September. We got November and December to plan and regroup and get ready to rock and roll because we got some special things in the 1st quarter. If you didn't think that contest that they had rocking was amazing, I got something up my sleeve that's gonna knock your socks off. I don't care if you've been here, I don't care if you were born to the richest family here in Pittsburgh, your ass is gonna be excited. In the 1st quarter, we got some contests popping that are gonna be experiences that most of you, including me, have never, ever seen before. Ever seen before. We got November and December to plan for that, but October, we gotta bring the dogs out. The next thing, the second thing, if you wanna live an easy life, you gotta do the hard things. If you wanna live a hard life, do the easy things. Parents start telling your kids at a young age, play now and pay later, or you pay now and you play later. When you see people around here playing, it's because they paid. If you're paying before you paid, you're gonna be paying for the rest of your life. Pay the price. Pay the price and cut the excuses. Anybody that follows me on the social media and all of that, I don't snap myself at the office at 6 o'clock in the morning in front of the grind sign with nobody else in this office just to show off. I show you what it takes to be great. I'm leading from the front on what it takes because before I had kids, I used to buy a lot of excuses. I pride myself on being able to take my last breath today and knowing that I gave everything that I needed to give to my son and to my daughter, and to my adopted daughter. I feel like I'm successful as a husband. You can do better always. But I feel like my wife would give me an A or a B depending on the week and depending on the day. There's no excuses of, I don't want to do this because I want to be a good dad. Or I don't want to do this because I want to be a good husband. Those are all excuses. If you want to be great, you got to cut excuses. If you want excuses, you got to forget being great. And you don't have to be great just in one area of your life. I'm challenging you to be great in all areas of your life. Mentally, physically, spiritually, financially, as a parent, as a father, as a husband, as a friend, and you can do it all, but it starts in your mind, starts in your expectations. The minute that you start saying, oh, I can't do this, I can't be a good dad because I'm working hard, I can't be a good husband because I'm working hard, I can't work hard because I'm being a good, you put those mental blocks on yourself. You put those restraints on yourself. I can walk away right now. Dave Zoffin knows I can stop right now and we're going to be rich for the rest of our life. And I grew up poor on welfare. I ain't telling you that to brag or to boast. I'm telling you as long as God allows me to breathe, I'm going to keep on grinding until my kids are old enough to understand how to grind themselves. Daddy's going to show them how to grind. Regardless of the amount of money coming in. I'll just give more money away. I think it's important to show these kids how to grind. You could tell them, when I die, the work ethic that I leave behind, that was passed on to me from my mom, that worked 3 jobs, went to night school, no excuses. Single mom, got herself off welfare. I'm passing that shit on to my kids with millions. Amen. How about you?
Praise the Lord.
Are you going to pass on laziness? Are you going to pass on excuses to the next generation and the next generation and the next generation? Or are you going to pass on what I know works? In baseball, basketball, football, parenting, or business, work ethic works. I'm all about mind, body, and spirit, but guess what, fellas? This ain't a weightlifting contest. This ain't a weightlifting contest. It don't matter how big your muscles are. What's that report say next to your name? How do you spell respect? ALP. ALP spells respect. I'm all about the spirit, growing your spirit. This ain't just a spirit contest. I'm all about reading books. This ain't about how smart you are. That's why you'll see Sam, 20 years old, 20-some years old. You'll see Tristan, 19, 20 years old, dominating in this business. You'll see Ryan Ohm, who was working out on the road somewhere in the union, blue collar, coming out making a couple $100,000. And then you'll see women like Omni, a mom of 3 or 4 kids, dominating people. You'll see Renee in her first 6 months, dominating people. You see Christy, 4'11", dominating people. It's your heart. This is a measurement of your heart. You have to cut the excuses. There's old people doing it. There's young people doing it. There's white people doing it. There's black people dominating it. Stop giving your mind limits and excuses. Whatever you believe in your mind, that's what you become. Whatever you think in your mind, that's what you become. The minute that your mind, you can entertain negativity right now. If you want to get negative and bring yourself down, we can all get depressed in here right now. You can think about one thing going wrong in your life right now, and we can all get depressed over that. You could think it's too cold in here. Get down about that. Get pissed. Oh, it's too hot in here. That could start getting your focus. Oh, the meeting's too short. The meeting's too long. Whatever your mind goes to, that's what your body's going to follow. What is your mind going to tell you right now? See, when somebody does a weightlifting contest and they get all in shape and all of that stuff, it ain't for a trophy. It's about disciplining your life to be successful. September, October, the people that are challenging you and pushing you and helping you and coaching you, most of them don't even need anything. Use the contest as a way to help your life. Use the contest and the numbers that we put out, something to get your mind off the monotony of walking in and out of life doing the same over and over and over. Play fun, have fun, do it for a contest, do it to get your, but you got to do it for yourself. You got to do it for your kids. You got to do it for your life. You got to do it for your family, for your parents. Do something this month. We've heard this before. Do something this month that the future you is going to thank you for. 5 years from today, you're going to thank yourself for what you did in October? Because you reap what you sow. You reap what you sow. You see people balling. You see people making 16 grand this week. Why not you? That's right. That's all I ever told myself being small. 5'7", I started 4 years playing college football. I used to love seeing dudes walk in 6'2" with the visors and all of that. I'm like, I can't wait till we got to check that heart piece. Some of them earned my respect, but most of them didn't. Most of them never did. They couldn't take a hit. They couldn't play in the heat. They couldn't play under adversity. I love how Mike Russin was starting to post, oh, here's all the team that made all this money. Here's all the team that had this much success and tied an adversity to it. Your accomplishments are always tied to an adversity. Your accomplishments are always tied to an adversity. You want big accomplishments, but you can handle little adversity? Don't work that way. Don't work that way. What are you willing to put up in the month of October for your family, not for a contest? Why is Dale so motivated? Why is he breaking his own record over $50,000 in business? And guess what he did this weekend? Played with his kids all weekend. Hung out with his family all weekend for the excuse makers. All I told him all weekend, proud of you, dog. Proud of you for being a dad. Proud of you. Not one time did I say, how come you ain't working? How come you ain't grinding? Not once did I. Proud of you for being a dad. Proud of you for doing this with your family. Proud of you for doing this with your kids. Love what you're doing with your son. Because you don't have to pick just one. You can be great in all aspects. You can be great in all aspects, but it starts in your mind. So I'm going to end with this. Rolling into this week, rolling into a man-made October. All it is another day and another month. that you need to do something and accomplish something for your life. If this new girl can do it, what's stopping you? If the little redhead kid is doing it, how come you can't do it? If the college football coach is doing it, how come you can't do it? If the 60-year-old woman's doing it, how come you can't do it? If the 19-year-old kid's doing it, how come you can't do it? It's your mind. I'm telling you, give yourself a checkup from the neck up. It's in your mind. It's in your mind. She's not better than you. He's not better than you. They bleed like you. They put their pants on like you. It's the choices that they're making in the moments of the day. It's the choices that they're making to put themselves in a positive mindset on a Tuesday when it's raining, on a Wednesday after they got no-showed, on a Thursday when they only got 3 appointments. It's the mindset and the choices that's separating them and you.
Let's go!
Let's see how we end off this month and roll right into October with momentum. All right? Appreciate you guys and all that you do. Let's get it.